Hey there guys, welcome back. Two dudes, one couch, Dragon Ball FighterZ, story mode. Corey's training right now. I'm training hard.
Training hard to get hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to get good. If you guys saw the first episode of this series, you'll know why I need to get good. It was a disaster, man. I feel so much shame. So is Goku and Super, is it all the same voice actors?
Pretty much. There are a couple of different ones, but pretty much. I mean, you got Sean Schimmel, who's the iconic Goku, in my opinion. I can't remember the other dude that did it for like when Pioneer was
the Canadian voice actor, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. The Canadian Dragon Ball Z.
He did like Troa from Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
But Sean Schimmel, I think, he's the go-to guy for Goku, man. He is Goku. Yeah. And it's a shame for him because, like, literally any other projects he's ever done, all I can hear is Goku. He's in Berserk, he's in Blue Gender, and all you can hear is Goku.
It's kind of the same to me for Christopher Sabat, the guy who does Vegeta.
See, I can hear him in a bunch of different roles.
But he always kind of sounds like Vegeta.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's either Vegeta or Piccolo, but his voice is more like, it's that low and grumbly kind of sound. And, and whereas it's a lot less defined, I think, than what Goku's is. What Sean Schimmel does.
Yeah.
You can, like, I can hear Piccolo and I can hear Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, and I can differentiate those characters. I can put something to them, but if I ever hear Sean Schimmel doing somebody else, it's Goku, man.
I gotcha. So you can tell it's him, but with Christopher Sabat, you can tell it's him, but it's just different enough to where you're like, oh, that's that character. But with that, you're like, I'm not sure if that's Goku or if that's the character from the other thing.
That's still, even though it's kind of, it kind of sucks because, you know, all you hear is Goku, and that's what, I feel like I'm probably not the only one like that. But you are also the most iconic voice in anime history in America. You are the most iconic voice.
Yeah, you are more the voice of anime.
Ketchum, more than what's another real popular one? That a lot of people heard as kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's after you said Ash, I was like, yep, that's it. That's the one.
Steve Bloom is another good one.
Yeah,
beyond
his
Steve Bloom.
I know his voice is pretty similar too.
Yeah,
a lot of that.
Yeah, Steve Bloom does voices, but you know he has the Onizuka and he has the Spike Spiegel. He's got like 2 speeds.
Yeah.
Actually, his Wolverine is a little different too. I like his Wolverine.
Which he did a voice in Resident Evil, Degeneration or something that, man, I was like, I just can't. It's throwing me off because it's him.
Yeah, it definitely. He's the second worst, but I think Sean Schimmel, more than him even, is, man, he's Goku.
Yeah, he's always gonna be Goku, which, like you said, does kind of suck for him. But at the same time,
but it kind of rules for him.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I have a picture with Sean Schimmel. I met him when I first started working with Bankston's. We did a con and Sean Schimmel was there.
Yeah,
and literally I hadn't been working there long enough for them to let me go do a con or anything, but I was so, they could see that I was distraught that Sean Schimmel was going to be there and I couldn't talk to him.
And that maybe you weren't going to be.
Yeah. And they're like, come on, Roger, just come up, you're going to the con today, you're working it. And then they let me away from the booth as soon as he got there to go line up in line so I could go get a picture with him.
How did that feel?
It was awesome, dude.
You take me to that moment, the feeling.
It was. I don't get starstruck very. Okay, there are 2 times in my life that I've ever been starstruck to the point of, and I've met a lot of famous people. And both times that I was ever starstruck were voice actors for Dragon Ball Z. And the first time was his name is Chris Rager, I believe. He's the voice of Hercule.
Oh, okay.
I know his last name is Rager for sure, but I know what he looks like as well. I was at an anime convention, and man, that was a cool costume. I hope I unlocked that.
Dude, that might be what's happening right now.
I was at an anime convention, and this was whenever I smoked them cigarettes, you know?
Yeah.
I was outside smoking. and there's like a big. It's a giant convention, so there are tons of people out there in the patio area. And I turn around and I look behind me, and there's the voice of Hercule, Chris Rager, smoking right next to me.
That's really cool.
And I took like a puff of my cigarette, and my eyes got huge, and I just turned around. It's like I can't even look at it. It's Hercule.
Dude, you didn't talk to him?
No, I didn't. I didn't say a damn thing.
Oh, man.
I didn't say a damn thing.
I can imagine that feeling, but I can't.
I was like, holy crap. And he's a big guy, dude. He's pretty imposing. I'm a tall guy, and he towers above me.
How tall is he?
He's got to be like 6'7".
Dang, dude, that's insane. I had no idea.
He's very tall. But I could not believe it, dude. Maybe he isn't that tall. And I just, had that perception feeling where I just got real small.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, dude, it's Hercule. It's Hercule. I love him, man. It's Hercule.
Dude, if you could go back, would you have
Best
would you have gotten a
anti-hero
picture?
of all time.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes. And then, but the second time was meeting Sean Tremmel. I was so pumped. I was like, man. I didn't really know. I was like, hey, thanks for the work that you did.
Yeah.
Because Goku was like, I've always lived my life, and this is the lamest thing ever. But I came up with this thing, WWGD, what would Goku do? And that is what has kept me being a good person. And people will argue to the end that Goku's not a good person, and I will just dismiss that argument immediately, because, it's freaking Goku, dude. He's the ultimate voice of the righteous.
I had no idea people argued Goku wasn't good.
Yeah, dude, there's turds out there. They'll argue anything. They'll argue anything.
What's the argument?
That he blows tons of crap up and kills tons of people.
That's
for
fair.
the sole sake of fighting and getting stronger.
He does like to get strong.
Yeah, but he also tries to protect literally
like,
everybody that he can. And he also knows that anything he does can be restored with the Dragon Ball. So
yeah. When you have that safety net.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Now, I can't say that Goku's a good husband, but...
But that's not the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing, dude. He's Goku. Sean Schemmel was there, and I was like, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Sean Schemmel, man.
Thank you, Sean Schemmel. Thank you so much, man. You're the voice of my childhood. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. He was a very, very cool guy, too. I liked him a lot. I was so pumped.
I don't know what I would say. I've never been in the situation where I needed to be starstruck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I met literally some of my favorite musicians in the world, and it never happened to me. But the voice actors.
I was about to say with musicians, I've met a few musicians that I really looked up to, but didn't get the starstruck feeling. It was just like pals, like, hey man, it's like you're the musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know about you through your music, so I feel like we're fast friends.
I think you need to meet some voice actors from DBZ, man. It'll change you.
Dude, I think if I met Christopher Sabat, that would floor me. I don't know if I've already told the story on this show, but there's how he learned to voice act. Did I?
Mm-mm.
Or how
I don't think you've told me this story. I don't know this.
It was an old. It was like a Dragon Ball Z magazine. I don't know if it was a one-off magazine or how that works, but had Vegeta on the cover, so I had to get it. And they did an interview with Christopher Sabat, and he was like, "Yeah, he was named after Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh. That's his Christopher Robin Sabat, is what his name is." Yeah, and he got grounded as a kid, and he would sit in his room and he wasn't allowed to watch TV, but he could see it from his room where he was grounded.
Oh, you have told me this. Yes, this is awesome.
Yeah, and he would make up voices for all the people on the TV, just trying to, have some entertainment while he's grounded, and that's where he got into, doing voices, and then he kind of went into voice acting after that.
At what point do you think he realized that he was a good voice actor? Because he's in virtually everything now.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that is something you realize before you actually get started. It's like maybe he was like, well, I think I'm pretty good. I'll go try it.
If you're into dubs, you've definitely heard his voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Which I like subs and dubs. That could be there's your poll for the day, dude. I created for you. Do you prefer subbed or dubbed anime? This Dragon Ball playthrough is going to be a whole lot of talking about anime, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm
so,
sure we'll cover.
So if you're a weeb like us, tune right on in.
Yeah, hang out.
But generally I go to how I heard it first.
Yep.
If I go to watch something and it's new and there's not a dub out for it, I have no problem hitting the sub. But if I haven't seen it and there's a sub and a dub, I'll test them both. I'll see. Generally, if the Funimation team does it, I like it.
Yeah.
I know some people don't, but I think they do really, really, really quality work. I think they've been doing quality work for a long time. So I always go for theirs if they have it. The last anime I watched was My Hero Academia. And me and Kat burned through the first 2 seasons of that. And if you haven't checked that out, dude, you definitely should. Because it's amazing. It's got amazing characters. I think I have talked about this on the show before.
I think so.
Maybe in our first
I know
set
you
of
told me
recordings.
about it. I'm not sure if...
It's so good. You guys, if you have not watched My Hero Academia, do it. And I have watched it all the way through in the dub, which is very good. And Kat generally likes subs over dubs.
Okay.
But she was into the dub as well. And then I watched it at work with the dub on. Or sorry, with the sub on. So I could read. And I got close to TV a few times and listened to the voice actors. And it's very good in Japanese as well. So
Nice. So you can't go wrong. Either way you want to watch that, have at it.
I think generally if you watch the sub, you're going to get... there's going to be a lossless quality to it. The feeling and stuff conveyed, generally, in my experience, is conveyed better in the sub.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
But the dub,
I can see that.
Like I said, especially the people at Funimation, have been doing quality work, so they get it well. Like watching back through Brotherhood, I know Full Metal Alchemist is a huge anime, but it's huge for a reason. And then once Brotherhood came up, it's so good, and that dub is so good. And the way they convey the feeling is just like the Japanese. So, there you guys go.
Yeah,
There's my spiel.
Yeah, let's say the last anime I watched that was it was dubbed was Sword Art Online. That was the one I watched most recently. I think it's been a while.
Been a while. Oh no!
You started it. Man.
Dude, I hope we unlock these clone colors here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. These are pretty cool. But yeah, and I tried to watch the sub because it went for part 3 or whatever. It wasn't out yet, and I just couldn't get into the sub because I was so used to the dub. So, like you said, once you start with one, it's hard. For me, it was hard to go to the other.
There were 2 animes that I was really just so into them and so desperate to watch that I went from seeing it in the dub to the sub, and I didn't care. And now I actually prefer the sub over the dub. And that would be Shakugan no Shana.
Oh yeah.
I watched the first season dubbed, and then second and third subbed. God, they're so good. That anime is amazing. And then Higurashi When They Cry.
Yeah.
I had the first season dubbed for that, which that is a very rare collection. It's hard to get. And I had to watch the next season because I don't think it finally did get brought over here, but it never got dubbed over here.
Oh, okay. So,
watching the second season of that in the sub, it kind of changed me around too. And it's funny because there are similar, there's some of the same voice actors in the Japanese audio for those two. So
that's one of my shameful moments. I still haven't seen season 2 of that.
Oh, dude, it's so good, man.
I know. I'm mad at myself. I was kind of holding out for a something, maybe like a box set or I don't know. I just don't think it's ever gonna happen.
They released it, dude.
In like English?
No, not in English.
Okay,
that is never happening.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was waiting for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with what was the anime? Monster.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen that, it's freaking awesome. But I think they only ever put on a box set the first season.
Yeah.
I think it was all released in English, or at least a good majority of it.
I've watched all of that series in English.
It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But they only ever box setted the first season.
What was it? That
so disappointing.
Crackle, that streaming service Crackle, they had all of it on there.
Oh man, that's
English.
Really cool.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, Monster is so good.
Did you ever finish it? Have you watched all of it?
Nope, I haven't.
Dude, it's a really, really good anime.
Dude,
it stays good all the way through, and that anime is twist and turn city.
And with that, I think we're going to call it an episode. If you want to hear some more anime talk, I'm sure we'll be talking about it in the next episode.
Heck yeah, we will.
So stop on in, check it out. Check all the links.
This has became the anime corner over here.
Yeah, and ring a subscription bell while you're here.
Yeah, get it, ding a ding a ding a ding a ling a ding dongin.
Yeah, and with all that being said, for now, guys, game over.
Check out a subscription bell. Check out a description in the comment.
We still doing that?
Hashtag game over, man.
Hashtag check out the poll.